Alright, welcome back to the channel. If you are new, I am in the process of putting a Tesla electric motor into this silver 911. I bought it with a bad engine, and instead of replacing it with a gas engine, I have decided to do the Tesla swap. If you'd like to see how this project started, I have a playlist on my YouTube channel, and if this is something you think you'd like to follow, please subscribe. Alright, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to do a video update today on the 911 Tesla swap project, and today's video is going to be a little bit longer than usual. It's going to have 4 sections, and in the first section I bought a wrecked Nissan Leaf from a Copart auction. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit and show the car. It hasn't arrived yet, but kind of introduce that car, and then I'll show some of the work that I've done in the last couple weeks on just moving the project forward. Third is I'm going to just talk about like my motivation and why I want to put a Tesla motor into a 911. I don't think I've really talked about that on the channel. And then finally, my black 911 is for sale, so I'll talk briefly about that at the end of the video. All right, enjoy. I will break this video into chapters so that you can skip to the section you like if you don't have time to watch the full video. Alright, just a reminder why I'm buying a wrecked Nissan Leaf. I need the battery pack out of this car for the project. I just saw a car on Copart that I might buy. It's a 2016 Nissan Leaf SV. It's got a cheap buy it now price of like $1,800. So I'm very tempted. It's in Portland, Oregon. That's the thing. See, that's the thing. Hi, Nicole. This is Kenny Gillis. I would like to buy a lot, Copart lot. It is a buy it now lot. Alrighty, so I just bought this car. I just bought the car. It's sitting in Portland. $2,400, all said and done. Whoa. That happened quickly. Whew, a little nervous. I took a major risk on this car. But it is low miles, and it's a 2016. It's got the bigger battery, the 30 kilowatt hour pack. We'll just see what shows up in a week or two. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm dumb. $4,000 risk. All right, so at this point, I technically have everything, once the car arrives, everything I need to finish this project, all the parts that I need, because the car itself is going to come with the charge controller. Hopefully it still works. And it's coming with the battery pack, and it's going to come with a lot of cabling. I think that's almost everything I need. Hey, I need that. Everything except for one part, and that is the motor controller, which is not cheap. So how's the car getting from Portland to Denver? My friend Jimmy here actually, just by coincidence, was going up to Montana to buy a new trailer, and he offered to go get the car in Portland for me, which is just amazing. It's huge. So the car should actually be here this week, and probably put a video on that car. So thank you so much, Jimmy, for your help in getting the car to Colorado. All right. Well, today I am going to start cutting reluctantly the back seats out of this car from underneath to make room for the Tesla drive unit. And this is definitely like the point of no return on this project. I mean, I probably could weld them back in. I'm going to try and take them out as complete as possible, but I just don't know how it's going to look until I start cutting. And I did learn recently there's like a whole, thread on a Porsche forum that's saying like, this is a dumb project, or it's silly. And I know this isn't for everyone. And I know that the 996 values have been shooting way up in the last few months, or the last year, I guess I should say. So it's a little more painful than it was a year ago to do something like this, but yeah, I'm gonna do it. You know, I have this kind of goal, and I think it'll be amazing once it's done. And I think that even those who, you know, can't believe I'm doing this or wish I was just putting another, you know, Porsche flat 6 in this, would maybe understand after they drive it. At least I think it's going to be pretty good when it's all done. The power will be more, and I won't ever have to worry about the engine failing, and it's much cheaper than a Porsche motor. So these are some of the reasons I am doing this. One other thing I'll say is that you know, the GT3s don't even have back seats, and this looks like a GT3. At least from the outside, you can't tell the difference, except for the wheels maybe. So I'm just doing like a GT3 mod basically to the back seats. I just pulled the back seat out. It's just Velcro that keeps it in. It's because racing. If you're trying to take weight out of the car, you take your back seats out when you go racing. Little weight reduction tip for you. Okay, so this is the back driver's side seat bucket. And really the room I need is in here. So I'm going to be cutting, yeah, you can kind of see the surgery line. It's already marked with like a sealant. These lines here are power steering. They're kind of in the way, kind of. This is the emergency brake. I'm going to see if I can first pull the emergency brake off. It's just like, I don't know how it's on there. Looks like it's just like tacked on, or maybe adhesive. So I'm going to see if I can pull that off first. Using this big pry bar here. It's coming off. I'm removing the axles here, so I got this nice big gun here. Thanks, Travis. All right, so hopefully we got some cool like fire and sparks flying shots there. That was my first cut into the car. I'm doing the driver's side seat first. I'm taking these panels off so that I can get this carpet out. Because when I'm cutting the rear seats, I don't want to damage the carpet, because I think I'll probably try and reuse it. Finally got this little trim piece off that was hiding a Phillips. So now this whole panel should be able to come off. Maybe. Just needs a release in the back. We got speaker wire here to speaker connection. Alright, let's see what shit I broke. Oh, okay. Nope, didn't break anything. I just, you know, these panels, like door panels, if you're taking a door panel off, you know, it just feels like these little clips, like you're breaking shit. Alright, we got both side panels out here, so now I'm going to take this rear carpet out. You can see this thing has a custom subwoofer, which is kind of cool. You can also see like the top of the damper adjustment for the Bilstein coilovers. Yeah, those were harder than I thought to get off. Okay, I got that side pulled out, so now I'm just trying to pull this side out. I'll take this bolt out. And go over. This is a first for me, pulling the carpets out of a car. Kind of cool. All right, so carpet is free. Wow, check it out. The glass got broken out of this car at one point. There's some glass down in the seats here. You can see where I started cutting there. Cool. Definitely gonna be easier to do some welding with the rear carpet out. All right, so at this point, I'm trying to release this emergency cable. I don't know if you can see it back there. This guy here, because it's in the way of what I want to cut, you know, when I'm cutting the back seat. So I'm trying to get this thing out of the way, and it attaches right here, but I don't really know how it works, like how this attaches in here. So I'm gonna start by just like taking this apart. I'm gonna take the brake shoes off, these upper and lowers, which I think if I take apart like this spring right here, these should pop off, and then maybe I'll have a better idea of how this works. Because right now I don't know how it works. I don't know how to release this. So, and worst case I could take it apart from the inside, but I'd rather do it here if I can, just because I don't want to mess with the inside, with the way it all comes together in the inside. All right, so what do you do when you don't know how to do something? You go to YouTube. Yeah, here we go. FCP Euro's got a video. Here we go. That video wasn't helpful at all. All they're doing is replacing the rotor. They basically got to the part and they were like, oh, the drum shoes are good.
File tool where you can get it inside of here.
Can you see me doing this? I'm spinning this thing. I just try stuff, you know? It's like it's like you're playing Zelda and you don't know where you're going, you know? You ever played Zelda? I used to play that game with my friend Dimitri. We were huge nerds. It was awesome. One time we made a fort out of like old carpet and pallets in this field. It's like something Napoleon Dynamite would do, I feel like. I got one spring off on this side, and then this one I got lucky with. I just like pushed it in and turned it, and it came loose. And I'm still trying to work on this one over here. So here I am. This is like the parking brake deal. And if I could release the cable from that somehow, that'd be golden. All right, I got the cable, the emergency brake cable out. Ugh. All right, so here's the end of the cable. So once I took the drum apart and everything on the wheel side, I was able to pull this. So like this went like through this and into the hub. So I got that out, and the reason I got that out and why it's important is because now I can push this out of the way. This is gonna be painful for some people, but there goes my parking brake. I need to get the drive shaft out, but so now that's out of the way. So I'm gonna have to do a similar thing for this side. I'll have to take the brake apart, and I'll be able to pull this cable out and push it down like that. So for today, I'm gonna call that good. Now that I know what I'm doing, the other side should go pretty quick. All right, so my friend Jeff came over, and he, you know, he's like, I was watching some of your videos and they're good, but you don't like talk, you know, like there's so much more you could say. There's so many stories you could tell. There's so much more that there's so much that you're not saying on camera. And, you know, a lot of your videos are like more like how-tos, which is true. You know, I've always been scared of making really long videos where I'm just like ranting, but I do want to include, you know, I don't know if I've ever said like why I'm putting a Tesla motor in, you know, a 911 here. Like, what's the motivation for that? So I bought this car. Um, I bought this car in October, and it had a bad engine. And by bad, I mean it was going to be really expensive to fix. And actually, to rebuild a Porsche engine that comes with this car can be as expensive as like $20,000 to $25,000. And I don't have that type of money, you know, at all. Especially for, you know, if I were to rebuild that engine, the hope would be like it would never break. But that's not, I mean, you can't guarantee that an engine's never going to fail. So I didn't want to spend $20,000 on rebuilding an engine that might someday fail in the future, right? It's just a lot of money. So my original thought was, you know, I was going to put a Subaru motor in this car because they're a similar layout. They're both like what we'd call boxer engines or flat engines, where the pistons, instead of firing up and down, they fire sideways. So Subaru and Porsche are similar in that way. So, and I have a lot of experience with Subarus. I was thinking I could just put a WRX turbo 4-cylinder in this car. It wouldn't have been easy, but it would have probably been easier than Tesla swapping in some ways. And like, why electrify this car? I mean, right now gas prices are near $4 a gallon for like the low grade octane. So, you know, that's obvious, but when I started this project, gas prices weren't that expensive. The main motivation is actually, you know, this is my daily driver is a Nissan Leaf, and I just love this car. It's so easy to just get in and, you know, run errands. And I am kind of like an environmentalist. I don't like the idea that like when, you know, if you're just running to the grocery store or running to the gym or whatever you're doing, it usually takes that long for the catalytic converter to heat up. And in that time, you know, the stuff that's coming out of your tailpipe's it's not good stuff. So, you know, and it's easy, you know, I've had it for 2.5 years and the maintenance has been zero. I've probably spent $20 in charging over the last 2.5 years. And that's mainly because I can charge for free where I work. And so, and it's quick. Even this one, it's an 80 kilowatt, that's like 100 horsepower car, but it's different when it's electric. You know, it's super quick off the line. Like, my friend Mike jokes that it's the quickest car on the road to 40 miles per hour. So going back to the Porsche, you know, I wanted something that is as easy to drive as that, but looks cool and handles well and brakes hard. And I just want something, you know, I wanted to do something that is challenging. I've done a number of motor swaps, engine swaps on Subarus, and doing something like this, like putting a Tesla motor in the back of something like this is, I mean, it's like next level for me. I have never done anything like this before. And, yeah, I'm definitely worried that I'm not going to be able to like figure it out. I mean, I sometimes worry like that. I mean, there's just a lot to figure out, and I know that I'll figure it out, but when I think about the whole project, sometimes I kind of get a little apprehensive that, you know, there's just a lot of stuff to figure out, a lot of stuff that I've never done. Like right now I'm cutting the back seats out of this car to make room for this thing. Even just like cutting up a car that in the last year has gone up in value so much, it's not like, you know, it makes me a little nervous, but you know, I do have this vision, and I think that when it's done, this car is going to be incredible. It's going to be super quick. It should be quicker than it was stock. It should be lighter than it was factory. It's going to look sweet because it is an Aero Kit 996, and I just love the way these look with the big spoiler and, you know, these spades and the side skirts there. This thing's gonna look sweet, and I'll probably keep the rack on there and, you know, carry bikes around and stuff like that. So the other reason is yeah, so, you know, I'm doing it because it's a challenge. It's pushing me to learn some stuff that I've never done before. And so I'm very familiar with gas engines. I know how they work, and I just don't like how much they're pretty complex. There's a lot of moving parts. If I can make this work the way that I think I can, it should be a relatively simple machine. You know, the electric motors, they don't really break. And I'm also curious to see, you know, I'm using a Nissan Leaf battery pack as the plan. I'm curious to see like how much power those battery packs can provide, because when I go on and I try and go on the car forums for like even the electric car forums, there's not a lot of good information about, you know, what that battery pack will be able to do. So I'm just like scientifically like curious, what is the limit of a Nissan Leaf pack in terms of like how much power it can provide. And what a cool electric car, right? A Porsche 911, 996 with an aero kit. It's gonna look sick. But there's a lot of work. And I don't have kids, and I mean, maybe it'd be a good thing, but I feel like this is like kind of one of those last hurrahs. I'm getting older, I'm like almost 40. I don't know if I even have kids, but like if I do, I want to knock something like this out first before. I just don't know if something like this would be possible if, you know, family and kids and all that stuff. So I kind of just decided to go big, and my mindset is that I'll go one step at a time, and I can figure out what's right in front of me. You know, if I go one step at a time, I can figure out that one thing, and then I can figure out the next thing. But yeah, and maybe I'll tell the story about how I got this car. At some point, it took me a year to buy this car. Yeah, that's a whole nother story. But yeah, my friend Jeff has encouraged me to like tell more stories, like so that you guys can get to know me a little bit more, because I don't really share too much of who I am. You know, I do a lot of how-to videos and stuff like that, but yeah, I'm just grateful. Like I said, I start a lot of my videos by saying this is my friend's garage, or welcome to my friend's garage, and I am so grateful. You know, none of this would be possible without them letting me use this space. So got nice old Mercedes SL in here, and then the 911. I should probably back this thing out. Going to start it. Oil level is good. Ugh, love that noise. So what are we looking at? We're looking at a dirty 1999 Carrera 4. And it needs a wash, but you know, we'll just do the walk around here. You can see it sits pretty low. It does have H&R coilovers on the car, and you can see this is an aero kit car. I don't believe it was, I need to look at the sticker. I don't believe it's from the factory aero kit, but so there's some blemishes here. The front would probably need a respray. I don't know if you can see if the camera's picking it up. So this is like, I don't know if you can tell, it's slightly more purple. It's not black, so this was replaced at one point. The thing I like about the interior of this car is the all black. Even the gauges are black. I really like that look. I'm gonna turn it off for now. I do have the cover for this piece right here, and you can see it has a small crack in the windshield there. But you know, it does sit a little lower than stock. And I'll just say a few things on this car. I don't really want to, I don't really want to sell the car. Yeah, I love this car. It's my first 911. I bought this about a year ago, just over a year ago, and I just, the all black is just super cool. I don't know if you can see, it's dirty, but it's got this Carrera 4 sticker here on the side. What have I done to this car? So I bought it and it needed quite a bit of work. The most pressing thing was it had a power steering line leak, and so I was able to repair that. I tried a couple different things but I ended up just replacing like a section using like compression fittings to fix the line. So that was repaired. I did put H&R coilovers on this car. I did when I did the coilovers, I did the strut tops, the bearings, and like the mounts. I did inner and outer tie rods for the steering in the front. It has new motor mounts. It has new spark plugs and spark plug tubes. It has a magnetic drain plug. I did go through and tighten up the shifting. It was kind of loose when I bought it. So all that it's really solid now. What else have I done? Did kind of like a paint correction on the car. I did like a medium. Basically, I just like, what would I say? Compounded the car with like a medium grit buffing compound, and polished and waxed the car. So even though it's dirty right now, it cleans up really nice, and I'll get some shots of that. It has new tires on it. They're BF Goodrich G-Force Comp 2 AS's, so it's an all-season tire. These are the BBS sport option wheel, so 18-inch front and rear. I believe I can't remember the widths. I think it's 8-inch in the front and 9.5 in the back. I can't remember now, but it's a 265 section tire in the back, a 225 section in the front. There's very, very, very slight hail damage to the top. But overall, it's a pretty cool looking car. Thanks for watching this update on the 911 Tesla swap project. And I should have another video coming pretty soon because I bought a wrecked Nissan Leaf, and so that should be arriving in the next few days. So I'll introduce you to that car. It should be pretty interesting to see. I mean, it's smashed pretty good. But anyways, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye. Oh wait, also, please subscribe. Please. And put a comment if you want to put one, and hit the like button. I've never asked anyone to do that, but I guess I need likes. I want to feel liked, Don't we all? Don't we all just want to belong and feel liked? I think so. So anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time right back here at my friend's garage. Bye.